What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So it's a big one this weekend. It's the game against Chelsea in the Premier League. So of course we know our form is severely dipped, and of course we need to improve if we will be actually getting a chance of getting into the Champions League through the qualification through the Premier League, of course, at the end of the season. But of course we know that we had Chelsea as well. I think it was the second game into the season, and they just narrowly beat us at the time. So of course at that time it was a 3-2 win for Chelsea, and I do remember that we played absolutely well, but unfortunately on the day we just became unlucky. But this is football, it's all a results game. We need to obtain a result, and if we do pick up a result against Chelsea, it would probably be one of the biggest wins for the season for me. It means that we peg them back to just 3 points in terms of the gap between ourselves and them. Of course there's a small matter of actually Man United, they are equal on points with us as well, so we need to keep up pace with them. They've obviously won all their last 5 Premier League games, and their form has been absolutely phenomenal since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over. So that's obviously put us at risk even further. I personally had counted them out whilst Jose Mourinho was still in charge in the race for the top 4. They did not look like they were going to make it. It was looking highly unlikely that they were going to make it if they had continued on with Jose Mourinho, but they've picked up the form and they're really hot on our heels, and the pressure is actually starting to mount in terms of us getting into the Champions League. So of course Chelsea are in talks, of course, to also bring in Gonzalo Higuain, and it seems as if the deal was done. And if they do get him in and we don't strengthen within this window, then of course those chances again are severely diminishing by the day. We need to make some improvements on the pitch, and also to bring in some new players, some fresh blood, to inject something new into the team, because as it stands we've gone completely flat. But this is football, anything can happen. I'm quite optimistic really in regards to Saturday in terms of actually obtaining a result at the Emirates against Chelsea. It's going to be a difficult game. I'm not disillusioned to that point that I know that it's not going to be an easy game whatsoever, but quite optimistic. And there's a small matter of Mesut Ozil returning to the squad, so we know what's been taking place over the weeks. Mesut Ozil last played back in December. That was his full game back against Burnley. I think it was on the 12th of December if I am not wrong, but he hasn't featured since, and it's been multiple reasons that we've been given that he's been missing the games. It's down to injuries, it's down to this, it's down to that, and of course I'm getting tired of the excuses. The guy needs to show a little bit of consistency. The guy needs to obviously buck up and actually play, and we want to see the player that we know who is a world-class player. Of course he's 30 years old now. Unai Emery has been speaking about him within his pre-match conference, and the statements that he made really in regards to Ozil, he was saying, I've spoken to him because I want consistency. He's had some injuries, and these injuries mean that sometimes he's okay and sometimes he isn't okay. I want every player to give the same work every day to be okay for every single match. With Mesut, it's the same. He didn't play the last matches, but to me, he's just like any other player. This Saturday, he can be with us if he's okay. Now, he's training consistently with his work over the past 2 weeks, and I think he can be. So basically what the boss is saying there really is that he wants to see some hard work out of Mesut Ozil. Yes, again, I keep repeating myself that he's a luxury player. He does bring very good creativity to the team, of course, but the boss wants to see consistency. He wants to see the player that's earning 350 grand a week. He's the highest paid player at the club. Surely we should be getting slightly a little bit more from him. It was the same under Arsene Wenger. It's the same under Unai Emery, but it looks like Unai Emery is not taking any flack from him. He wants to see him actually buckle up and get on with the job. So hopefully we will see him feature in the team this weekend, but hopefully he's going to be fit enough, and hopefully he can start and actually give us a performance that we want to see as fans. Of course, he's a highly paid player, and we just want to see him perform. Personally, I just want to see him perform. So Unai Emery was also asked in terms of if he is thinking about the Mesut Ozil exit. A lot of reports in the press had been suggesting that Mesut Ozil was headed for the exit door within this transfer window, and basically his response was, I'm not thinking about that. He's not interested in terms of what's been talked about within the press, and he added that I'm thinking about how he can help us this year with good performances. So you can take away what you want to take away from that particular statement. Does it mean next year he's not going to be there? I don't know. but Unai Emery sort of definitely brushed those comments off. In regards to our starting 11 on the day, I'm anticipating Bernd Leno to be back in goal. Hector Bellerin is fit, so hopefully we can see him back into the team. Most likely we will see Mustafi and as well as Socrates at the back. Koscielny maybe, if the boss continues with the back three. If that is the case, we'll have Kolasinac on the other wing back in the middle of the park. Chances are we'll see Xhaka and Torreira. Why Torreira didn't start last time out, God knows, I couldn't tell you. And then up top, most likely will be Aubameyang, Lacazette, and hopefully we can see Mesut Ozil starting up there. But that's my anticipated starting 11. Of course, Petr Cech announced his retirement as well, and we will be playing against his former club, so maybe the boss might be brave enough to include him, I don't know. But as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.